Good afternoon again. Welcome to another beekeeping video with Brian. That's me, you know, the guy you can see in half of the frames because I haven't sorted out my video technique properly yet. This is a normal size Langstroth. It's got two frames, one on top, one on the bottom. One on the bottom is our brood frame, one on top they're developing honey, hopefully. We're going to dive inside, have a bit of a look, check for swarming activity and see how much honey they're making. This one was making a fair bit more honey than my long hive, not showing any signs of swarming activity last week, but I still need to keep an eye on it because you just have to. On my channel, if you like my beekeeping videos, I'll say it once, I'll say it again, it'd be great if you could give us a subscribe. It's a channel I'm trying to grow, not because I want to be the king beekeeper in the world, the queen beekeeper, probably more appropriate. Just want to share my learnings, grow a bit of a community, have some fun. Maybe make some beekeeping friends around the world. Who knows? Share notes. Anywho, without further ado, let's get in here. First thing we have to do is take off the insulation, which is super easy. Remove the bricks, take off the roof panel, take off the roof insulation. A couple of clips, one actually. Take off the front panel, take off the back panel, take off the side panel, and we are good. That's for our top. And we can probably even get into the back one without doing too much. Firstly, let's get into, how easy is this? Check this out. Magnet clip, always find it. Don't be rude, always find my hive tool. Right, now giving them a bit of a squirt of smoke down the bottom, we're going to give them a bit more at the top, and let's see what they look like. Now, I should probably clean that up. And by that, I mean this. Look at this. How clever are they? How clever are they? I should clean that up, but I just can't bring myself to do it. They're not putting honey in it at the moment. It's just there. So, it's gorgeous. First thing I'm going to do is give a bit of smoke down each of these little channels because I really don't like being stung. They probably don't like smoke. Listen to that. You can tell they don't like it. Next thing I'm going to do, make life easy for myself, just separate these frames out a little bit. Doesn't take long, but gee, it makes life easier. Breaks up any propolis they've built between the frames. And I can see that they're building honey, but we'll have a look at that shortly. So bear with me. Now, in situations like this, this is my friend. This is a frame grabber, and it makes life real simple if I want to look at a frame. Now this one's pretty much empty, light as a feather, no honey. Now I know if this one's empty, there's a good chance that this one will be too. But I'm gonna have a look anyway. Now on these frames, by the way, did you know that bees have a pretty much an average width, kind of like humans, you know, in clothes, except bees are a lot more uniform. Now they have, turns out they actually have a distance that's optimal for them to cruise up and down between frames. And these little spaces on the end are exactly at half of that optimal distance, which is why your frames are shaped the way they are. Maximises the amount of frame space you can get in there, maximises the honey making area for the bees, minimises the amount of area they need to keep cool or warm. So there's three completely empty frames. This one's got a little bit of weight, surprise, surprise, a little bit of activity there, not much weight. But this is what bees look like when they're making honey. Next one, a lot more weight. You can see that, that's not the weight of the bees, that's actually the weight of honey. This is probably about 3/4 full. They've already started capping it. You'll probably see next week that they start capping even more of this. You can see the honey. This isn't sugar, this is a dark honey. So it's probably a forest honey. Be delicious. Now, by the way, with these bees, what I tend to do is I don't necessarily harvest until I know they've got enough to get through the winter. And there we go, there's another one that they're filling. Look at that. I don't know if you can see the glisten on it. I don't know if you can see it, but that's what they look like when they're As you can see, they're not flying out to attack me. They're just doing their thing, ignoring me. A few of them are a little bit cranky with me, you can tell. They're a little bit, hey, what are you up to? But nowhere near the activity that's going to happen when I have a look down the bottom of the box. And I haven't touched that one yet. So we've got two frames maybe they're working on. Not a huge amount of honey, but they're making honey. That's the main thing. Maybe keep an eye on that, because at the end of the year, I'm going to need to know, do they have enough? And the only way to know if they've got enough is if I keep looking and I understand what they're doing. Can't do it with one look. You've got to have several looks along the journey so you can understand what it is and how much they've been working on it and how much it changes, because how much they've got is just as important as the rate of change. All right, let's have a look down in the brood box. A lot more activity here. And this is one that I also need to be aware of. Some people would say I've used a bit too much smoke. But all it really does is confuses them. So, honestly, what have I done with my hive tool? Where did I put that beautiful hive tool? Nope. What did I do with my frame grabber? Oh well, I'd lose my own head if it wasn't bolted on. For a beekeeper like me, you need several hive tools, several frame tools. Let's play a game I like to call Where's Wally, but in this case Wally's a queen bee. Let's see if we can find her, eh? Now, what I'm looking for here, by the way, I'm looking for two things, as I always do. This is a hive that's stronger than the last hive. It's come through the winter not great. The other one was very weak. So I'm really looking for things like, are they making baby bees? Are they making queen cells? You can see without my frame grabber, I've got to do this the old school way. This is really light, it's pure brood. Okay, so I can see a little bit of drone brood starting to happen there, a lot of capped brood, a little bit of honey and nectar on the outside, which is perfectly normal. I'm looking for my queen to see if I can spot her for you. Well, we've got a drone. There's a little bit of drone brood here, not much, nothing to be concerned about. Got to be careful when you're doing this too. You don't want to accidentally kill your queen. It's a good idea to be kind of gentle, pardon the pun, but also, if you see her, you know, show her some respect. She's important. I mean, they're all important. She's just more important. Oh, by the way, if you subscribe and I get to 50, I can do this live. So we've got some queen cups there, see this? This is a start of queening, making queens. I don't want them to do that, so I'm just going to squash those. Can't see a queen in this group. Let's have a look on the other side. Sorry girls, didn't mean to do that. Queen's usually fairly distinctive. You can tell them they've got a long abdomen. And you've got a few more drones cruising around in here. So I suspect if I look on the outside, I might find a queen cup. Just remember also that these drones, just seeing drones doesn't mean they're about to swarm. Hives will build drones as a matter of course, just in case they've got to build a queen at some point. Now if there's going to be a queen cell, I'd expect to find it here on the outside. The reason I'd expect to find it on the outside is that's where they usually hide them. They hide them from the existing queen. Now we've got a few drone cells. Oh, by the way, the queen doesn't actually know that she's making another queen. She just lays eggs. Believe it or not, in the bee world, it's the worker bees and the nurse bees that decide what kind of bee they're going to make. And I got no queen cells here. And they work out what kind of bee they're going to make just by knowing what the hive needs, but also by feeding it a particular type of jelly. Because if they feed it certain kinds of jelly, that's what determines what kind of bee it's going to be. There's another queen cup there that they're practicing. I'll just get rid of that. That's all got brood in it, most of these cells. Kind of an irregular pattern though, so maybe the queen isn't the greatest. We'll soon see. Yeah, lots of brood in there. Still looking for our queen, haven't found her. If you see her, tell me. I'll tell you what, some of these other frames, absolutely covered with bees, so this is going to get quite interesting. Sorry girls. Not seeing any sign of disease or disorder here either. Some of these hives have had a struggle over the last few years, but it all appears to be pretty healthy. Come on, where are you, Queenie? Don't ask me why I want to see you. I just do. I know you're there. I can see your handiwork everywhere. More drone, more brood, no drones. Or one, no queen cells. So I've lifted almost all of this, by the way, is brood chamber. And almost all of it is baby bees. So they're making lots of baby bees, getting ready for summer to go out and max out the honey collecting. Look at that. See all those cells that are covered over? Those are all brood, getting ready to come to life as baby bees. Sorry girls. Oops, I probably should not have done that. Slow and steady is the name of the game when you're lifting hives. And for the record, yes, they can sting me through this, even though it's a beekeeper suit. So no, nothing of any note there. A couple of drone cells. I'm not going to knock them off. Next time I do an inspection, I might uncap a few of them. Looking for the big bad varroa mite, which is in Victoria. It is a long way away from where I am at the moment, but the fact of the matter is it will get here sooner or later, and that's sad. There you go girls, yeah, a little bit more drone brood, sorry. Still haven't seen my queen. Where are you? Gosh. 2 more to go. And then I'll put it back together again. We've got plenty of space. Like if these were all maxed out with brood, I'd be stressing, but no, they aren't. They do have some spare cells there. They've got plenty of room to make honey. They're not all crammed in and jammed in. So I'm actually pretty happy with this hive. It's looking pretty happy. Although on this particular frame, you'll notice down the bottom, see this? We have 2 queen cells, 2 queen cups. That's these 2. I get rid of them so they can't, make more, or rather it delays them. Got another cup over here. Sorry, girls. So they don't need to swarm. I guess it's part of their natural instinct to get ready to swarm, I don't know. Lucky last. And this one's quite a busy frame, this one. Quite busy. I don't know if you can see it, but this bottom frame's actually got insulation all around it down the bottom as well. So on the sides and a big slab across the bottom. So this particular frame's got honey in it. You can feel that. It's got a little bit of honey in it, which they use as insulation too, by the way. A few drones on this, big lazy suckers. Sorry lads, you won't be around for long. You're only there while I need you. Alrighty. Well, I haven't seen her. They're doing a lot of waggling down there. Lots of bee dancing and waggling. But we're not swarming. That's the main thing. Look at that, smoking quite happy. Now one thing I need to do with these girls, you just need to get them all off the edges, because I don't want to squash them. I'm going to put this back on. It's inevitable a few of them get hit, but I'd rather only, you know, kill one rather than 30 or 40 or 50 that all happen to be crowded around there. Same here, and I can do that in this case. I can really make a bit of a difference by just sliding this on slowly. There we go. Just slide it on. Give you a chance to get out of the way. There we go. Oops. Next, easy part. Put the insulation back on. And it's not as complicated as my other one because it's no wooden outer. It's also not as efficient as the other one, because the other one has that wooden outer. Makes a massive difference. But oops, sorry girls. Didn't like that, I gather. Okay, let's do it this way. Off you go. And all I have to do once I've done that, put it back on again. Actually, it's not going to help. Too tight. Hinge panel. Side panel. Yeah, perfect. Got it in there. Good. Good in. Front panel. Sorry, girls. Keep them nice and snug. Roof panel. They lose a lot of heat through the roof, and a lot of heat comes in through the roof. And we're good. No problems that hive.